Man, that's intense. Hey, folks, this is Johnny. Actually, this is Johnny. Oh my gosh, it's stuck in here. How's everybody doing? Yes, my head is shaped like a pear tonight for some reason. I'm not quite sure how that works. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Tonight we're going to take a look at the track and mixer icons. Somebody actually just before the show brought up to me that there's a weird anomaly. I thought it was by design, but it might not be. When you actually go to transform a track, it actually zeroes out the track icon, he says. So we're going to test that. And then we're going to see if that is something we can fix, and if it happens with all track transforms or bounces and things like that. All right, we've already got 11 people in here. Very cool. 4 likes. If you guys could, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button. Just pick up a hammer and slam that like button. But I'm not responsible for your keyboards by doing so. There you go. All right, so let's see. What do we got here? Oh, yes. Somebody made a comment about my shirt. I got this for my brother for Christmas. And I'll bet... I'll bet there are people that have no idea what this is. If you've never owned a 45, you will not know what this is. And if you look, I actually made it one of my logos. If you look up in the upper right corner of the live stream right there, I made a silver one because I just think it's so cool. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I kind of like it. So very cool. All right, so what we're looking at is the track and mixer icons. They are nice to have. I think it, in some ways, I know that there's some people that says it kind of cartoons things up. I disagree because I do believe that Logic has had them since the beginning. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never used Logic before, but I have friends and clients that use it. So a holder for a 45, not necessarily a holder, but it is the center part to fit on the pin of a turntable. Why they made 45s with that giant hole, I have no idea. Probably to save on plastic or vinyl or whatever it is. But for the most part, some EPs have the smaller hole. Hey, Music to Motion is here. Good, I'm glad you can make it. We have 15 people in here. So, yeah, I lost the demo button. I don't know where the demo button went because it was a cool little thing there. I got the Q&A intro, but let's go ahead and let's get going into the classroom. There you go. So let me turn this off just for a little while because I want the whole screen. All right. So in Studio One, there's something cool called track icons. So let's see here. What song do I want to open for this? Let's see. What do I want to do? I can do this one, I think. Yeah, I think I can do this one. This will actually be a good... This is the song I did for my mom. And it's got the voice vocal in there and the harmonies. So we're going to actually see if this puppy will load. Yes, I do have my PC up and running, although I'm on my Mac right now. So that was Leon over on Wix. I don't know why this is taking so strangely long to load. Might be because I just rebooted. I don't know. Oh, there we go. All right, so here's the song. The black cloud has been lifted. Serenity, you've been gifted. No more will you ever feel this pain. All right, so now the M voice track here, I did this song before the new vibrato tool came out. So it's a little bit of a stiff kind of a vocal, but you can see here we've got all of the different instruments. We've got our drums, bass, piano, strings, 2 acoustic guitars, and so on. So now if we actually go here to the wrench, where is the wrench? Where is the wrench? Let's see. There is the wrench. We actually have, let's see, the visibility. Let's see. Input. View channel icons. Very cool. There it is. So we have the channel icons. I call them mixer icons, but channel works. There is also an option for the arranger view, where you can actually show the track icons. Now, in most cases, they're going to link up. Let's see what we can do with this here. All right. All right, so let's see. So the first track, we have our drums. Double click. Let's see, is it double click or single click? Double click. So let's see drums. And let's go ahead and show a whole drum kit. All right, so next we have the bass. Guitars. Bass. Piano. Got strings. And next we have an acoustic guitar. 2 acoustics. Oh, these are the picking acoustics, actually. So let's see. Let's go ahead and click here. We got guitars. And we have, okay, we're going to make this. These are acoustic 2s. And then acoustic 2. Because I like the... Now, these should be the strumming acoustics. So let's see. Then we got vocals.
You're now free as a bird. Take flight, that's the word now. No more will you have to feel any pain. Because you are peaceful at last. Because you are free from the past.
Choir.
You're with your mom now, the way it should be.
It's not really a choir, but there you go. And then these are the buses. Let's clear this.
A black cloud has been lifted. Serenity, you've been given.
Okay, so these are going to be the backup vocals.
The past.
All right, so let's see. We really don't need... Oh, I know what I'm going to do here. So for these, since they are single backup vocals, each we're going to go with vocals. And on this one, we're going to go with vocals. And now on this is going to be like a choir. And let's see, then the next one is our acoustics. So let's see if I have... Yeah, these are all bussed together. There we go, guitars. And these. There we go. All right, we have all of our track icons. Okay, so now one of the things that we can do, we can actually change the size. And you can see that everything we've done down here propagates up here. So if I was to increase this view, there we go, the track icons get nice and large there. There we go. Yeah, so once you actually have things in place, ooh, can we actually make that? Oh, we can. That's kind of neat. So we can just keep them basic, just like that. All right. So here we go. So there we go. We have our track icons the way they are.
There is a time, there is a place where we both will be right back together again, my love, because you are peaceful at last.
All right, so now the cool part about this is you can actually find your tracks at a glance. Especially if you don't really use track colors too much. And sometimes I don't like to use the lighter track colors because for some reason in the arrange view, the lighter colors, the text doesn't turn black. So like if I change the color of this guy here, I got to get Truckey's toolbar installed on here too. So now I don't know about you, but I can't read that. But, oh, and then you know what down here, oh, that's interesting. So down here, the track name turns black, but the icon stays white. I don't know that that's necessarily a bug. I just don't think it's something that they planned for. So there we go. So now, yeah, so this is tough to read here when the colors of the tracks are lighter colors. That's cool. All right, so let's see. I need to go back over here. So I usually try to keep my track colors dark so that I can read what's going on, which really is kind of counterproductive if you think about it. All right, so there you go. So, okay, I can turn this back on now. All right, so when you're actually looking at your tracks and at your mixer or your channels, as it were, the track icons look cool, but I think that the real big benefit is here is because your peripheral vision, you can find things faster. I find things a lot faster when the track icons are here, especially if I can get different icons for like the different parts of vocals. So you can see I got one singer here, and then I got two mics for backup singers.
There is a time.
And then for the bus, I just have one of the choir deals here. So now the other cool thing is that you don't have to worry about what they're labeled here. If the picture gives you the idea of what you're looking for, you can actually just go ahead and name it whatever, and the track icon just kind of stays where it's at. Let's make this a little bit bigger so you can really see here. So sometimes for like a piano, if it's a digital piano or like a synth, I'll actually choose let's see, I'll actually choose the synth, that I actually use the synth for that. Or I'll just do this with the keys, because you can say keys. There's nothing really here that says, oh, no, there's a synth right there. So there you go.
There is a time.
So I know that a lot of people at first were complaining, what if I want to change the label under the icon? Well, you don't have to, because only the actual icon shows. The title of what the icon is in the menu is irrelevant because you can change the name of the track down below. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, we got 17 people. We got 10 likes. Thank you guys for coming in. Much appreciated. So now, let's take a look at what my friend said about the track icons going away if you bounce a track, right? Or transform a track. So here we have drums.
There is a time.
So let's see what happens. There's the track icon. Here is our actual track. Let's do a right click, and we're going to say transform to audio. Let's see what happens. So far, so good. And he is absolutely correct. It goes away. Now, I thought that was by design. I don't know why it would be, but there you go.
There is a time.
Yeah, so I don't know why that goes away. So I would have to actually add that back. Okay, so now this was an old feature in Cakewalk back in the 12-tone years. And you could use your own icons as long as they had the same aspect ratios as the originals. Now, that's cool. I don't think we can do that here, can we? No, we can't insert our own pictures. Now, that would be something. Take a picture of your own of your own instruments and pop them in there. You can do that with these up here. But that's actually kind of cool. Hey, Harry James is here. Good to see you, Harry. Glad you could make it. 16 people, 11 likes. Thank you, guys. All right, so why does that go away? So now, what if I right-click and I transform back to an instrument track? It goes away again. I think you might be right. I think this is a bit of a bug. Or it just wasn't something they planned on. Yeah, Anivester, you're going to have to put in a feature request with Personas to fix it. I don't think it's a problem, and I don't think it's a bug. I just think it was something that they didn't consider. So let's actually do this. I'm going to put the drum icon back, and instead of a transform, I'm going to do a bounce. I'll bet the bounce, it stays. If it doesn't stay with the bounce, then I might agree that it's a bug or just something they missed. No, see, with the bounce, it works. Oh, actually, with the bounce, it doesn't work. It doesn't bring the icon into the rendered audio.
There is a time, there is a place where we both will be right back together.
All right, now let's try something else. Let's see if I make it a solid event. Just gonna merge these. If it'll let me. There we go. All right, so now it's one solid event. Is it going to do it again? Right click. Transform to audio. Boom. Because it should just go through all the way. Well, Anivester, I agree it's annoying, but it's definitely not a showstopper. All right, then all you have to do is go back and choose the drum set again. All right, so yeah. So I think it's something that Persona should take a look at. I definitely agree. So let's see, what else would affect the track icons? What else would affect it? Let me transform back to an instrument track. There we go. Now we've got the MIDI again. And we're going to go ahead and choose our drum kit.
There is a time, there is a place where we both will be right.
Again, I agree it's annoying, but it's definitely not a showstopper. I mean, if something this small is a showstopper for you, I'd be really surprised. All right, so there you go. So what else would affect the track icons? What about mixer scenes? So let's see here. Let's take this and remove this. And we're going to remove this scene. So now we're actually going to do another mixer scene. So this is going to be full mix. Just like that. There we go. So, and let's see. We've got everything checked. So if I move a bunch of these faders, selecting the mixer scene, boom. Actually, we'll reset it. Excellent. Ronald Fagoras here. He says, is there something in the settings a gear icon? I don't think so. But it's worth checking. It's worth checking. So if we go to preferences or settings on a PC, let's see, general. Appearance. No. No, so locations, external devices, there we go, advanced. If it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be here. Auto colorize, no overlap when editing. Okay, so there's really no setting here for it, but it was a good idea. It was a good idea to look. Not a showstopper if you have a small song like this, but when you have saved several dozen tracks. Yeah. But you really shouldn't be putting the track icons on until you're ready to mix. So if you're actually mixing, you won't necessarily be transforming tracks in the mixing stage. But I agree. I think it should be changed also. All right. Oh. Looking for the dog. All right, so let's see here. So what I was going to test is since I have a mixer scene saved, and there's no word mismatch, so I know that it's the same. What if I delete everything? I don't know if deleting it'll happen. We'll actually see if it does. If I remove the tracks and just have an acoustic version.
There is a time.
And if I go ahead here and save this and call this acoustic.
There is a time.
That's interesting. Okay, so note to self. Don't delete your tracks. Hopefully I didn't screw this song up. I would be very, very upset. It was so funny because I deleted the tracks and you could still hear the drums. Did I screw up my song? I think I might have. I mean, I've got a mix down of it, so I'm not really too worried. Yeah, Mark Holly says, I think that's why sticking to a color scheme, you'll always know which color the instruments are. Mine are always set up the same. Yeah, me too. So you could be right there. Oh, boy. Ah, here we go.
There is a time. There is a place where.
All right, so we've got the full mix.
There is a time.
So now if we actually take everything from here, we'll go from here to the drums and we'll turn this down. See, I was wondering if the track icons would disappear. Do you guys see what's happening here?
There is a time. There is a place where we both.
I don't know what's happening here. The bus was still there, but what am I missing here? I'm actually, hold on, I'm going to reload the song again. I'm actually turning down the drums and they're not adjusting. I am very, very tired. I'm working on like an hour of sleep. So I could be. Yeah, I mean, I've got copies of this song on my backups and stuff like that. That's why I'm not too worried. But I'm noticing something weird with the song, and I don't know why I'm seeing it. Go ahead and reload. Yeah, the songs for me take a while to reload because my Mac Mini's only got 8. Yeah, phew, it's okay. All right, so there's the song.
There is a time. There is a place.
What is going on?
There is a time. There is a place where we both will be right back together again.
Where are those drums? Do I have a hidden track somewhere? Oh, I do. I have a hidden track. Oh, I think my system's like, no. See. I do. I have a hidden track. When I was doing a mono demonstration.
There is a time.
Now, how many of you have walked into that one? How many of you have walked into that one where you've actually hidden a track and you completely forgot about it? Music to Motion, being as positive as he can be, he said, sorry, but I think it's pretty useless. Okay, useless is kind of strong. If it's something you don't like, then don't use it. Like watching TV, there's a program you don't like. I'm just pulling your leg, Mike. I put things in folders and then color code them. Yes, exactly. I don't think they're useless. So I'm going to completely disagree with you, and we can have a fight behind the school if you want to after class here. All right, so we got the M voice tracks too, which we're not using. And what else is hidden? All right, that's the Keela chorus. But how many of you walked into that where you hide a track and you forget about it? No excuses. Right, exactly. And you hide it and then it like screws up your entire mix. I've only had that happen to me a couple of times, but it just happened to me now. Man, that's annoying. Harry James, I think you mean VCA, not DCA, if you're talking about faders. Oh, you'll figure it out, says Music to Motion. Exactly. So I think that's actually kind of interesting if you think about it, if you don't hide the track. So the good news is hiding the tracks does not cancel the icons. Yes, which is really good. I agree. Let me see if the original Keela vocal is in here. I don't think it is. Do I have it? Where are my instruments? No, that's groups. I wish they'd put the words back. I don't like these icons. Yeah, Keela's gone. I deleted it. So I can actually remove the Keela track, remove track. And then here was the backup vocal track that I created all the renders from. There we go. So now I got no hidden tracks. So now that would be a real problem. If you were to hide certain tracks and then bring them back and the track icons were gone, I think that would be worse. See, expand your mixer and see if you have effects that are pre-fader. No, I don't have any of that. We already figured it out. I had a hidden track for drums.
There is a time. There is a place where we both will be right back together again, my love.
All right, so there you go. So you have your track icons. You have your, they're called channel icons. I call them mixer icons because these are a mixer. And, if I want to, I can bring the Studio One mixer to my Studio Live right here that I have the entire world plugged into. Man. All right, very cool. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask because we are now in Q&A mode. There you go. Yeah, I had a couple of tracks that were hidden and everything. So let's see. Where did I go? Here I am. All right, so track icons. We tried rendering, and looks like the bounce keeps the icon, but if you do a track transform, it does not, and that seems to bother some people. Music to motion. Love you, bro, but I'd never want to fight because you probably hurt me. No, I'm all bark and no bite. Couldn't beat an egg. But that's okay. All right. So, what do you guys think? So, we already have a couple of opinions that say that they really feel that the track icons are not for them. I'm not going to call them useless. I think that that's a little strong. Anifester says, why is your main showing up in the track view? It's supposed to. It should always show up in your track view. Always. No matter what you do. No matter what you do with this, I don't think you can hide this track. No, you can't hide the main. Please don't tell me you don't see your main fader on your Studio One. Oh, I see. So you mean in the track list. Yeah, it's showing up in the track list because I have automation on there. I have a fade out automation that actually takes the main down. See, it's actually lowering the volume. So if I was to remove the automation, then this would go away. I think I can still hide it if I want to. There we go. Now it doesn't matter. Just like that. So I can go back over here and make it show. See? So let's do that. There we go. Now we can see everything. So the minute that you add automation to the main, it will actually put a fader, or it'll put a track in here so you can write the automation in. See? Pretty cool, I think. 17 people, 13 likes. Thank you guys for coming in. I know you figured it out. I think you read what I said about 5 minutes or so later. Yeah, I think that there's a real delay on everything that's happening here. Mark Holly says, what does the message audio engine dropout has occurred during sending a project? Okay, so now I have seen that issue, Mark. Usually when you get that error, let me actually go over here. Usually when you get that error that the that you get that dropout. I don't. Usually, when you get it, you have a lot of VST instruments, or you have a lot of VST plugins, or you have a bad connection between your interface and Studio One. So I have seen if you have a long, like a 10-foot run from your interface to your computer, I have seen that issue show up. I have corrected that issue for a couple of my clients by actually having them move their interface, which isn't always possible, moving their interface and getting a shorter cable so that that doesn't happen, or just getting a new 10-foot cable. Usually that will happen on a laptop. And sometimes laptop USB signals can be weak. Or if you have an older computer with an older laptop, you could have an underpowered USB USB port on the laptop. So also the other way that I've been able to fix that is by having the person get a powered hub, because that's going to actually keep the signal flow a little bit better. Real short connection from the hub to the computer, but you can do a longer connection from the hub to the interface. So it needs to be powered, though. It needs to be powered. So those are just a couple of guesses, and that was for... Let me see. Let me go back up here. Who was that for? I think that was for Mark Holly. Yeah, Mark Holly. So that's what the audio engine dropout could be. But see, it could also be... It could also be your processing power. Or it could be another application that's trying to grab the interface, because Studio One takes over the interface that it's connected to. So it could be a couple of things, Mark. Could be a couple of things. Ronald Fagora says, when searching for an instrument in the browser, can I audition the sounds in the browser? No. You have to actually open up an instrument and insert the preset. You cannot. You can do it with loops and samples, but you cannot do it with VST instruments. Neither Studio One or third party, as far as I'm aware. You can't do that. That's a good question, though, Ronald. So let's see. Mark Holly's thanks. I'll do some research in the studio. Yeah, that's... I assume it's a laptop. Oh, Anavester says it could be RAM. Yes, you could be running out of memory, which is, again, could be caused by a lot of VST processing going on. Maybe you have a lot of VST instruments, and your computer is just choking completely on it, trying to render the track. This is where the transform to audio could also be useful for you. All right, so yeah, that was a good call, Anniversary. I never thought about that. Let's see, Wesley Harrison. That's a new name. Good to see you. Let's see. They're saying I have been watching the Studio One 5 beginner training series, and I think in one of your videos you mentioned that you were planning on doing a video series on individual Personas effects. Yes, and that was for Studio One 5, and I never got to it. My life got really, really crazy at the end of Studio One 5, and I never got to it. You know what? I'm glad you actually reminded me of that, because that might be something I want to do with Studio One 6. But no, I never got to it. There is a guy out there with a couple of brief overviews on the Studio One effects, or maybe those would actually make good live streams. I don't know. What do you guys think? Music to Motion says, just changing USB ports can help. Yes, that can definitely help. Mark Holly says, I got 32 gig of RAM. Okay, well, then it's not a memory issue. It's got to be another issue. It's got to be either a background process or maybe, like I said, a hardware issue, a connection. But usually when you're mixing down a song, it doesn't go through the interface, so... Because the audio engine, that is actually the code in Studio One. That's the only thing that has me wondering. And Investor says to Mark Holly, then the next option would be CPU. Could be. You could also try, Mark, if you have a lot of VST instruments, try doing a track transform. You know, saving a copy of the song, and then you have one song with all of the instruments, and then you have another one where you actually render out, not render, but you actually track transform all of the MIDI instruments and all of your plugins. Might be worth a try, because if it works better after rendering a few of those, then your issue is probably just the power of your computer. Mark Holly says, Harry, I don't doubt it. So let's see. Music to Motion, sometimes changing the USB. That is correct. Ronald Fagora says, thanks. No problem. If you guys have any other question, please let me know. And Investor says, try getting a powered USB hub. Yeah. Now, see, that fixes most things for me and the people that I support. I currently have, aside from home studio trainer, I currently have about 20 people that I support on a monthly basis and everything. And those are some of the things that I've run across with that group. Let's see. Mark Holly says it is a powered hub. So you have a powered hub already going from the laptop to the interface, if it is a laptop. All right, he says he'll work away. You could move on. I didn't mean to take over. No, Mark. Hey, I am here to hopefully solve the problem. So please don't feel bad if if the answer to your question takes a while. Harry James says, Mark, opt for the powered hub and a shorter cable from the hub to the PC. I agree completely. Oh, it's a new Mac Mini. So it's like mine. I have a Mac Mini M1. You got 32 gig in your Mac Mini? That must have been like $2,000 for that. I paid $700 for my Mac Mini brand new with just 8 gig of RAM. Oh man, I wish my Mac Mini had 32 gig of RAM. That's incredible. How are you liking the Mac? Leon asks. I like it. It boots up a lot faster than my PC, which is in the other room now, which I'm going to be doing a couple of shows from. Exactly. It's not more powerful than my PC, but the Mac Mini is just so much. Johnny, is your shirt for sale? I don't know where my brother got this. He got it for me for Christmas. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I try to have a clean one for each of the tips and tricks shows. And investor says, wow, that is strange for a Mac Mini. What's strange? Oh, probably the amount of memory he means. Well, I can, on my Mac Mini, it's a Mac Mini M1. And I'm kind of deciding if I'm going to put that new operating system on it. I'm kind of worried. Dolores over on Wix, she says, I won't do a new operating system until it's been out a year. That's probably not a bad rule to live by. Probably not a bad rule to live by. Okay, so Ronald Fagora says, if I use my type presets and there's an arpeggiator, I can apply to the sound. Yes. Yes, you should. Johnny, no issues with 8 gig of RAM? No. I mean, it is a little slower loading a song. But, if you're actually using a ton of third-party VST instruments, I would definitely go for the 32 gig model. But I really only use Persona stuff. And the Persona stuff, even if I use a bunch of Mai Tai and a bunch of presents, I really don't have any issues, at least not so far. But I don't do 30 to 40 to 50 track songs for what I do. I am usually under 16. 16 or less is all I really, is probably the most I do. In part because I can bring DAW mode onto my mixer and then I can control everything in Studio One from the mixer. But yeah, so Harry James says, I'm sticking with Monterey. Well, I might do a video on it. And I've got a backup computer now, so if this one takes a crap, then, at least I can still do the live streams. But I might go ahead and have a camera set up and do the upgrade on this Mac. Because I know it's ready for it. So let's see if I actually minimize this. And I go to this. And this. There it is. It is called Ventura. Ventura Highway in the sun. Yeah, the old band called America. So Ventura is the new operating system for the Mac. I don't know. I definitely don't want to do it without a camera rolling because I want people to see what happens and then when I test. Now, of course, like with anything, I think it's probably a good idea that you guys check with your third-party plugin manufacturers and make sure that those plugins are ready for the new operating system for the Mac. I've already checked with Presonus, and they said it shouldn't be a problem. Music to Motion says Windows 10 and 11 are basically the same underlying code, just some GUI changes and app stuff change. Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, my PC is not compatible. I tried to do the upgrade, and it said, sorry, your computer is not qualified for this update. So that's fine. And there are some workarounds to get your computer to run Windows 11. I've been sent some links. And some of them are a little scary. Really, really, really scary. I don't think I would take that chance, especially on a PC. Especially on a PC. Now, I'm a PC guy. I don't want anybody to think that I'm this big Mac guru or anything like that. I am still learning the Mac. But, you know, I've only had this Mac, I think, a little more than a year. I think that's when I gave my daughter my PC. She now has a MacBook Pro, thanks to Grandma and Grandpa, for her last semester of school and college. Yeah, I couldn't have afforded that. It was like $1,200 for a MacBook Pro with 8 gig of RAM. Yeah, she loves it. She can play Minecraft and get all of the different shaders and stuff like that. Everybody's asking, where's the dog? There he is. There's LV. Hi, LV. He's sleeping. He is such a good boy, but he's slowing down. He's going to be 18 years old soon. And I'm noticing some pretty scary things with him. Yeah, he's been having little seizures lately, so I'm taking him to the vet next Wednesday. They're very small, but you can tell he's having a problem. All right, let's see. Oh, and Investor says he's got Windows 11, but the only problem is with his Ethernet port. Probably just a driver issue. Harry James says, my 2015 MacBook Pro can't run Windows 11. Your MacBook shouldn't be able to run any Windows. Yeah, that's like, I think that's like saying I had a piece of pizza yesterday, but I choked on the fork. Yeah, if your MacBook is running Windows 11, right. Exactly. Just reading the chat. 17 people, 13 likes. Yay. Thank you. I know it's midnight, so I don't expect a lot of people to be here. All right, so Ronald Fagora says, how do I find and apply the arpeggiator? Wow. I'm surprised I haven't gotten that question in a long time. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, shoot. I think I just quit Studio One. Oops. Let's try that again. So this is for Ronald Fagora. How do I apply the arpeggiator? I'm going to show you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 8 gig of RAM. There we go. That's all right. I'm not in a hurry these days. Oh, he's got a dual boot. I see. I don't think I would have any confidence in doing something like that. All right, so Ronald, are you ready? I am going to show you how to use the arpeggiator. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose presence. And in presence, I'm going to choose my nylon guitar. Very cool. All right, so I could just play it. Or I can do this. Go up here. And let's go to note effects. And here's the arpeggiator. So now if I take the arpeggiator and I just stick it here, there we go. Let's see, I don't think it shows here. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there it is. So if you look here in the inspector, you can see that the arpeggiator shows if you actually stretch out the view. There's the arpeggiator, and you can do anything you want with it. Let's see, what does it do if I expand it? There we go. You can actually choose whatever you want there. All right. So now let's go with one of the... Now, this isn't really doing any arpeggiating. It's actually just playing the chords. But if I choose one of these, let's go ahead and slow down the tempo. Let's go to 90. So now there are a couple of settings that you want to be aware of. Now you can see I've got a swing setting on here. All right, so now I have a hold button. There we go. So I'm not quite sure what fix does. Oh, velocity fix. Yeah, everything's the same volume. We definitely don't want that. Pattern. And we can actually slow this down. So now, how does that record? Ready? So, if you are going to the grid, it is better for the arpeggiator. 2, 3, 4. Cool. So let's see how that recorded. So here, so let's see if I draw the loop zone from here to here. Okay, so now notice something here. You don't hear, or I'm sorry, you don't see all of the arpeggiated notes since it is active on the track. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to do a quick quantize. Well, that didn't quantize, right? Not quite sure what that's about. So now, since the chords are just the chords that I played and the changes that I made, you see. Now, what is cool about this? If I open up the arpeggiator again, I can actually change the arpeggiation type. See, now it's just doing the chords. And I can do this one. So let's start with this one. So you can tell that when it starts on this lower note. or higher note, I'm sorry. So let's see if I do this one. There we go. Now it starts on a lower note. So let's do another preset. There we go. I got the swing. Let's turn the swing off. So since I'm doing things in eight bar structures here, I can actually change this to just 8 bars. If I want to change up the pattern, I can simply drag. See, I actually think this is velocity. Yeah, this is velocity. I'm sorry. Make it nice and light. Like this one. Oh, the metronome is annoying. All right, let me turn that off. Sorry. Yeah, slow motion time in a bottle. So I can change this to 16ths. That beautiful. Oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds really cool. All right, let's go ahead. Thank you for that. I wonder why this... I have some command on, and I don't know what it is. It keeps changing my loop length. Loop active. Loop follows selection. There we go. Did you see that? It kept zapping itself to the beginning and the end of my event. There we go. That's cool. Let's see. Ooh, this one's got a combination of arpeggiating and hits. And I'm going to bring this down to 8. That's beautiful. Let's see. So Music to Motion says show how to explode the notes to an individual track. Ronald Fagara was asking about that. Okay, so if you want to see what's playing, I have to see if I can remember. There's a way to do it. Render instrument track. There we go. Now we can see all of what the arpeggiator is playing. The only problem is that what usually happens is it kills the sustain. So what you have to do is you have to actually hit the record button and then hit your pedal. Ready? I don't know why it does that. All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and hit record. Yes, now I don't know why it does that when you actually render the instrument track. So I would actually move all of this together. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so, I'm going to go back. So the option is to render instrument track. So it's not rendering it to audio. It's just rendering out what the arpeggiator is playing. So I hope that makes sense. I do want to find out. Why it's not lining up. Oh, there we go. So I just needed to change it to 8th in order to get the the quantize to work right. Yeah, there we go. Much better. So that, folks, is the arpeggiator. So other things that you have are things like the quarter. Let me actually remove let's see, let me just go here and remove that. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to remove the arpeggiator. So now the quarter is another one that I really like. Let's see, chord groups. There we go. you can also teach it your own chords. See if I can remember how to do this. So if I turn on learn mode. Oops, hold on a second. There we go. Let's clear. Learn. There we go. Turn off learn mode. Ronald Fagora says, thanks, gentlemen. Very cool. So I can even extend this. So let's see. If I go to learn mode and clear, I think, I don't know. It's been a while since I used this. So we can do autofill. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's cool. So we'll go to learn mode and we'll do a clear. And off. Don't think I'm doing this right here. Because it's not. Let's see, clear. No, it's not doing my chord. Clear. I wonder what. It's not doing what I'm expecting. Oh my gosh, is it really after 1 o'clock? So let's turn off autofill. How do I get rid of that? Intervals. Oh, that's cool. All right, what else we got here? Made fourths. Thirds. Now, I know that you can program your own chords into this, but I don't remember how. So now, I need to really dig deeper into this. Tony Cardona says, JG, don't forget to cheer for the Dallas Cowboys. On to victory tomorrow. I am not a football fan. Yeah, watching a bunch of sweaty guys slam into each other at Mach 3 doesn't really entertain me too much. And I like baseball, but I'm not a big fan because it's slow. I love basketball. Basketball and soccer or football. Check out our friend that explains it. I don't know who that friend is, so I won't click on it until you tell me who that friend is. Being a dick. Smoke on the water. We must have a really big delay going on here. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. I can't believe I've kept my voice this long. An hour and a half? Now he hears the Chinese chords. That was like an hour ago. Not an hour ago, maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. So we have a long delay. All right, folks, I hope you guys got something out of all this. This is what the Monday night show is for. We just explore Studio One, see if we can find some new cool things. There are so many things in Studio One that I wish I used, but I don't. Because I'm so damn old school. I mic most of my guitar amps. I plug in my bass. But although I do use my V-drum kit and things like that. So, goofy show. Why was it a goofy show? Oh, he says goodly show. Okay, so I need to learn how to read. Thank you for that, Pop New York. Oh my gosh. There we go. The China virus. Come on. All right, folks, these are going to be my last few words. Later.
Because you are an HST subscriber, you are automatically part of our Advantage program, enabling you to score great deals on PreSonus gear from Alps Media.